Oh, Africa, Africa, Africa.
I am an African child.
Je suis un enfant africain.
Anna Tiflun, Africa You. Over 400 million children in Africa are strong, bold, smart, and full of potentials. But why is it difficult for great potentials to be realized in our continent?
Why is Africa retarding in development? Why we, the African children, are suffering? Is it that we are poor?
No, Africa is not poor and is full of wealth, but her resources are poorly managed by those she entrusted them with. This is why we are suffering from malnutrition and starvation.
Statistics have it that the African continent has the highest number of malnourished people. At 24% and more than 30% of children in Africa suffer from the consequences of chronic malnutrition.
Children in Africa are persecuted, recruited, injured, and forcefully married. From hunger to poverty, violence and armed conflicts, millions of African children are fleeing with or without their parents.
War raging in many countries of the African continent. Millions of children are living in constant terror and violence. Female genital mutilation and early marriage are still notable problems that are affecting the girl child.
Child labor is substituted to children's education in many countries in Africa. Growing up without a father and a mother, that's the sad reality for 15 million children in sub-Saharan Africa.
African leaders must strive hard and put Africa first in order to end foreign exploitation, domestic corruption, social nepotism, and malnutrition. For all this to be released, it demands the highest level of patriotism.
There is hope for Africa, even though it's easy to be pessimistic and despair. But the future of the globe lies in Africa, if our leaders wake up in their slumbers. Our future normal strengths will boost with great opportunities that will be used to transform our beautiful continent.
As Africans, we have a great role to play in unfolding the true stories of Africa. Propaganda media outlets sometimes bend our stories to portray the continent with negative image.
We must give a third eye to the world to understand that Africa is not all it seems to be. The continent is not all about hunger, diseases, and wars. There is other Africa of transformation, innovation, rapid economic and infrastructural development.
An Africa that significantly participates in climate change management, peace resolution, valuable resources sharing, and rich civilized heritage and center of research.
An Africa when Googled, negative images will no more be shown.
The diamond,
The sugar,
The salt,
The gold,
The iron,
the cobalt,
the uranium,
The copper,
The bauxite, the silver,
the petroleum,
And the cocoa beans, all will be dancing to the tune of Africans someday.
A Madagascar proverb states that a boat does not know who the leader is. When it turns over, everyone gets wet.
the children hope of VJ Academy.
Changing the narratives of African children.
the African shadow.
peace,